embrace the empathy that is ingrained in this teaching. I can imagine many of us are looking at the clock right now, wondering when we'll open our fast. We've been here for almost 2 hours. So yes, this is where you feel that pain. The empathy for all those who are hungry and suffering around the world. Millions of people. Forget millions of people, people here in LA alone. There are so many who are probably hungry as we speak right now. That is the purpose. It is to make sure that our hearts never become numb to the concept or to the pain of others. Similarly, we should always acknowledge that the heart, or the aspect of the heart, is just the first step. The next step is the tongue. How do we create change, meaningful change from our tongue? And again, Islam is so beautiful that Ramadan is closely, if not directly, tied to the Holy Quran, the Muslim Holy Book. And when the Holy Quran began its revelation, Angel Gabriel came to the Prophet Muhammad, on whom be peace, on a mountain, in a cave, and said, Iqra, recite. Recite in the name of your Lord who created you. And not only created you, but taught man and woman by the pen. Meaning, the greatest innovation, the greatest accomplishment of mankind is not the fact that we can speak. Other animals can speak. It's the fact that we can write. It's the fact that we can safeguard our treasures from time and time again. We can teach one another. We don't have to be present at that time to teach somebody. We can write it down. And it was through writing that meaningful change began from day one, especially in the realm of Islam. The same is true with our Voices for Peace campaign. This was launched by the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. And the objective was, let's bring like-minded activists together to raise voices for peace. If we do so, then we can cause true peace by voicing our concerns, by writing. For example, many of our community members, when the Gaza conflict began, it became a situation where children and women were being killed, civilians were being attacked. We thought it would be the best thing then, many months ago, to have a ceasefire. So what did we do? Each and every one of us, many of the children who were sitting next to you, even they sat together and we began writing letters. We wrote to Joe Biden, we wrote to all kinds of politicians, congresswomen, congressmen, different leaders in this country, everybody we could possibly think of, so that we could cause meaningful change. And it just so happened about 3 days ago, I received a letter signed by Joe Biden himself. And he acknowledged that we wrote to him. And he said a few kind words about his administration's goal to bring about some meaningful change. I didn't see the word ceasefire, so I'm going to write to him again. But that's the point, is we have the ability to continue to write, continue to cause that change. If we don't, let's acknowledge for a fact that around the world today, there are countless conflicts. And sitting in America in our comfort, we sometimes forget. Just to name a few. There's an instability in Haiti, Lebanon, Afghanistan, war in Ukraine, Yemen. There's a conflict between Turkey and Kurdish groups. There's a conflict in Syria. There's a civil conflict in Libya, Ethiopia, Congo. There's a civil war in Sudan, Myanmar, Israel, Palestine. There's territorial disputes in South China. Many of us might feel that these are distant conflicts. Why does it matter to us? We have to remember it's shaped by the policies, the decisions, the positions, the interests, the relations, the actions, and inactions of the leaders of all superpowers, especially the fact that you and I live in the most powerful nation on the face of this earth, with the largest